Hello everyone and welcome to Poser's Movie Recaps. Our story today is about one of the latest American science fiction horror films in 2023. It all begins with Bryn, a young woman living alone in her childhood home and cherishing her solitude. When she goes out to send the package she prepares, Bryn notices a circular patch on her lawn. After posting her packages, she visits her mother's grave and awkwardly waves to some people who ignore her, and she hides when she sees a couple walking by. Back at home, she writes a letter addressed to a girl named Maud Collins, but never actually posts them. It is evident that Bryn is an introvert, who often avoids social interactions. She spends her time decorating her house, listening to jazz music, and swaying in tune to the music in her own company. One night, her peaceful solitude is interrupted by a loud thud inside the house. As she rises from her slumber to investigate, she finds that the power is out. She hears some strange noise coming from downstairs, and as she descends on the ground floor, she notices that something is scouring her house. In fear for her safety, Bryn quietly retreats to her room and hides under her bed. When the unknown creature enters her room, it looks around as if trying to find something. It then produces a strange eerie loud noise and eventually exits through the window. After the creature leaves, Bryn nervously shuts her window and runs to the front door to close it. She gets startled when all the electronics inside her house start malfunctioning, prompting her to unplug each of her appliances around. By now, Bryn is aware that she's dealing with something extraterrestrial, and for the first time in her long solitude, she reaches out for help through her telephone. Upon picking up the handset, the telephone produces an ear-shattering sound, while her furniture starts moving. This intensifies her fear and unease, and when she attempts to go back upstairs, she encounters the alien creature descending the stairs. She runs back to the kitchen and hides, but the alien finds her and uses its telekinetic ability to trap her behind the fridge's door. She tries to push the creature and run, but the alien uses its power to lift her from the ground. Luckily, Bryn is able to get a hold of a sharp object from the rubble, and before the alien can hurt her, she accidentally thrusts the shard into its head, causing it to instantly lose its life. After some time, Bryn approaches the alien's lifeless body and covers it with a blanket. She tries the phone again, but discovers that the telephone, every electrical device, and even her car has been rendered useless. The next morning, Bryn leaves her home with the alien's body inside, and rides her bicycle to the town. On the way, she comes across an overturned truck in the middle of the road, and finds that the house nearby has been invaded by the aliens as well. She then notices circular markings on the lawn, identical to the patches she found earlier on her own property. In town, everything appears to be normal as she heads to the nearest police station. She then encounters Maud's parents, who happen to be the chief of police and his wife. Mrs. Collins spits on her face without uttering a single word, while the chief just stares at her before leaving. Because of this, Bryn loses her courage to report the incident, and after leaving the station, she cries outside while contemplating what she will do. She eventually decides to board a bus to escape the town, and notices the circular patches on every house they pass. She gets nervous when a man sits behind her, so Bryn rises from her seat to put some distance from the man. Suddenly, the man pulls her backward, and as soon as she gets closer to his body, she realizes that the man is under a strange parasitic influence. As she attempts to escape his grasp, another lady passenger starts acting strange and tries to restrain her. When the bus driver notices the commotion, he abruptly stops the bus, giving Bryn a chance to run and escape. It seems that the alien starts possessing some people from their town, and since Bryn has been living in solitude, she has no one to help her. She finds herself in the nearby cemetery, standing in front of Maud's grave, her deceased childhood best friend. Not long after, a strange dark cloud starts to cover their entire town, and Bryn finds several of the townspeople's hands raised in the air. Terrified of what it means, she quickly runs back to her house for safety. As she enters her home, the foul smell of the dead alien lingers in the air. She also finds a slimy trail from the creature's mouth, and when she follows it, it leads her outside. Before she can further investigate, she notices that the dark clouds are closing on her area. Facing an unknown threat, Bryn mustered her courage to be able to face them. She starts fortifying her home against an invasion, lighting candles since there's no electricity, boiling water at the stove, and gathering any weapons she can use. Unfortunately, since the aliens have a telekinetic ability, they are easily able to break through the blockage at her door. However, the alien seems to be more interested in the dead creature at the moment, taking the body by hovering it outside. After a few moments of silence, the alien activates a white beam at her house, deploying multiple creatures at once. As one of the aliens looks around, Bryn gets a hold of a pair of scissors and uses it to threaten the creature. The alien uses its power to take the scissors from Bryn, and when another alien attacks her, she bites the creature's arm to escape. She then grabs one of the boiling water from the stove and throws it at them, but it seems to just distract the alien from its attack and proceeds to follow her. Bryn is able to momentarily get away by locking herself in the bathroom, but when she tries to escape from the window, the alien barges in and pulls her back inside. She uses a mop to keep it at bay, and when the mop's handle breaks, she impales the alien with it. She then rushes to the window to escape outside, but encounters the town's mailman, who has also fallen under the alien's control. The man drags her through the yard, towards a big four-legged alien under the alien spacecraft. The creature appears to activate the spacecraft, and in her desperation, she scratches the man's arm to escape his grasp. When the white light beams to capture her, Bryn is able to scamper away from the man, leaving him to get beamed up toward the spaceship. After the spacecraft seems to leave, the huge four-legged scary alien chases her through her property. Bryn is able to trap the creature inside her car, and put it on fire through the leaking fuel. This effectively finishes off the creature after the car explodes, giving her a moment of reprieve. Suddenly, the spacecraft appears and relentlessly tries to beam a light at her, so Bryn runs inside the house just in the nick of time. Inside the house, she finds another alien looking through her memorabilia and photos. She tries to attack the alien from behind, but the creature uses its power to throw her through the wall. All of a sudden, a red ray captures Bryn and immobilizes her, giving the alien a chance to come closer. The creature starts to regurgitate a slimy parasite, and guides it to crawl on Bryn's mouth to control her. Instantly, Bryn hallucinates that everything is back to normal, waking up in her bed, and feeling relieved that it was just a horrible nightmare. When she goes downstairs, she finds that everything is restored inside her house, and encounters her long-lost deceased friend Maud. Initially, Bryn is elated for finding her friend alive, but starts to question the reality of the situation. With great effort, she pulls the parasite from her mouth, effectively breaking free from the alien's control. She then finds herself outside her yard, and when the small parasite escapes her hand, the spacecraft beams a yellow light at it. She witnesses as the beam transforms the parasite into a copy of her, so she quickly runs away from the hovering craft. In the woods, her doppelganger catches up to Bryn, and stabs her with a piece of wood. Before it can further hurt her, Bryn slashes its neck using a box cutter, causing it to fall and lose its life. She walks through the deserted road to escape, but another huge four-legged alien appears and manages to beam her up to their spacecraft. Inside the extraterrestrial spaceship, Bryn is physically probed by a group of aliens, causing her to relive the past traumatic memories that turn the townspeople against her. She then finds herself in the past, watching her younger self with her mom tending to the miniature town they made. She goes outside and finds Maud's father kneeling on the ground, then it shifts to the earlier event where her younger self and Maud are having an argument. During the squabble, Maud pushes her to the ground, and in the heat of the moment, Bryn strikes Maud with a stone, accidentally ending her life. As the alien learns her background, they converse in their strange language, and after a few moments, they surprisingly beam her back to Earth. It seems that the aliens are sparing her from their control, and when Bryn realizes this, she starts laughing while lying down in the middle of the road. Sometime later, when Bryn visits the town, the once hostile people seem to be friendlier and more welcoming to her. Personally, there are a couple of conclusions about the film's outcome. First, the alien empathizing with Bryn's grief, erases the townsfolk memories of their reasons for their animosity towards the young woman. Second, the whole town is under the alien's influence except for Bryn, who is now enjoying her newfound social interaction with the townspeople. Or maybe, Bryn is now living in a dream world. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. You can also hit the notification bell and like the video to help the channel out. Thank you.